G'day folks, it's Cortezerino here. I've begun working on the warehouse item sorter. A bit of a weird design. It doesn't actually sort the items, it just identifies where they are. And yeah, I've done just a touch of work. Just one tiny little problem. It doesn't work. I had this problem when I was building it on my redstone world. Basically, these lights that are turned on here are the ones that are being naughty, and the ones that are turned off are the ones that are working correctly. They are all exactly the same design, but for some reason, I busted one dropper there because I've been playing with it, but these droppers just have their own personalities, and I had this problem in the redstone world, and I found if I just broke the droppers a couple of times and replaced them, it sort of fixed them, because they have this weird thing, like if you're powering the block next to them, they'll sort of work once and then not work again, and it's all a little bit beyond my understanding, and I think it could also be a bit glitchy, but yeah, I could get it to work on single player, but I'd probably break it like 2 or 3 times and then it'd work. Here I've been messing with this one for an hour and it will just not come good, and the one next to it's working just fine. So it's not a huge deal, because the reason it's not working is because of this redstone line I've got going right here, and if I were to switch that off, then it'll work just fine. The reason I've got that on though, and let's head up to a better position, basically when the minecart with the hopper goes underneath this chest, it's going to pick up 1 or 2 items, if it can. So it'll switch this light on, but then it'll also switch that light on and the next light. So that redstone line just powers, it uses that sort of weird thing with the droppers that won't fire, and it sort of powers them and says don't fire, so the light never comes on. But it's just being uncooperative, so I can disable that redstone line and just come up with a new way of not disabling the droppers, but instead disabling the torches. So yes, I'm doing my thing where I build so much and then it doesn't work. I don't test it and it doesn't work. So I'm going to pop into a creative world and see if I can come up with a new way to stop these extra lamps coming on. Okay, so I've done a bit of fiddling, and yes, I can get rid of that redstone line now, and I know how to disable these lamps. 2 problems there. All these repeaters are going to have to be replaced with comparators, and I have no quartz left. So hopefully Lurgan's shop is stocked right up and I'm going to run out of diamonds building this thing. But yeah, the other problem is, while I was coming up with this new way of stopping the extra redstone lamps from coming on, I also kind of came up with a slightly better design for this. The question is, do I do the easy bit and just take out this bit of redstone and put it in somewhere else, or do I change everything for the slightly improved design, which is actually kind of untested and I don't even know if that'll work? Oh, well, that was fun. I've done the whole thing. Oh well, it's a lot more compact. This is one of the reasons I kind of wanted to change to this new design. See, the last one used to come all the way down to here. I had repeaters on these stone bricks, but this one's 2 blocks shorter. And the best thing is, it actually works, which is always a bonus. The redstone comes very high. You can see here in places I have to put carpet down, and I haven't put all the flooring in yet, because even though the thing is fully operational now, although I might add a bit more to it. It's I don't know exactly what theme Addictive G wants to go for, so I've done a mock-up one here that she may like and may want to go with, so we'll see. Okay, I've gotten myself a little bit stuck in the redstone here, but I will try and show you how it works. So I've got a comparator just over there leading into that redstone lamp, and if the minecart passes underneath this chest and picks up an item, it will then put out a signal strength of 2. So we've got 1 dust, 2 dust, and it fires this dropper. So that item goes into this hopper, but this dust also keeps that hopper locked, so the item stays in there just long enough for this comparator to turn off, and so this torch turns on and then keeps that dust powered. So the item stays in there for good. And that torch also powers that light up there because it's got a bit of dust on that block. And that's how we switched the light on. But now that the hopper minecart's got, or is going to be putting out a signal strength of 2 from now on, I don't want all these other torches, these other redstone lamps from coming on. So when this torch turns on, this one will turn on too, and that sends a signal basically down to this repeater here. And I got this comparator on subtract. So, and these are all powered. There's a long line of powered comparators. So as soon as that signal comes in, it cuts the power from then on in. So all these torches come on, and once they're on, this torch cannot come on. So the light cannot be powered. And that's is that a good explanation? I don't know. Like, did you get that? So very expensive with the comparators, but it's fun to watch all the torches flicking on and off. And there's a bit of lag when that happens, but it's only when you're searching for things. Otherwise, there's no lag around here, really. I've got most of the hoppers with furnaces on them. Oh, and the other cool thing about this design is, like, there's my hopper chain going along to all the chests. But once the chest is full, this hopper will also fill up. So you see I've got tracks underneath the hoppers, so it checks not only the chests for the items you're searching for, but also the hoppers leading into the chests. So, you know, maybe one of those like Tango Textile multi-item sorters would have been a quicker build, a little bit smaller, but they are so laggy. And this one's, you know, a little bit of lag when you're searching for items, but otherwise when items are feeding in, there's nothing. So that was fun. And if I wanted with this system too, I could build like chests all around the city where you can just dump the items and they all feed into here. But I don't know if I'll bother with that. And ooh, there's a cool bit over here. I don't know if I've invented a new type of dropper item elevator, and it's getting dark. Let's hope we don't get creepers in the redstone. If anyone sees a creeper, just yell out to me, okay? Because I don't want to get I don't want to have to rebuild any of this. We've got an uninvited house guest. Oh, we've got a few uninvited house guests. You are the one that is going to cause the most problems, so you can stay. Is anyone going to drop on my head? So I'll try and explain this while I have an army of mobs coming for me, but as long as... Ooh. Don't spawn up here. And if a creeper spawns up here, I am in real trouble. Go away. And he's disappeared. Okay, don't fall off. Sword at the ready in case of creepers. So I had this hopper chain right here, and I had to take it over to connect with that one. But this is a walkway, so I couldn't really do that. So I think I've invented a small dropper elevator here. So I've brought the hopper chain down below here, and it's passing under there. I've got them furnace, and I had to fit the redstone between the two tracks here, and I couldn't come any further that way because I'd start interfering with all of that redstone. Any creepers? Not yet. Just keeping a watchful eye out. Like, there's 4 droppers there, and yeah, it kind of works. I just got a comparator taking a signal and sort of shooting it back, and it's on a little clocky thing which I can't really see from here, and I don't know if I want to risk going down there to show it to you, but oh yeah, there it is. So there we go, the comparator, if you can see it there, is on subtract, and then a repeater and then a redstone line coming back to it, so it's a clock, and then that repeater just manages to fire all 4 of them somehow. I don't know why the bottom one's firing, but it is. It's a miracle. So it works. So now I think I've just got to wait for Addie to see what kind of styling she wants so I can put a real floor onto this. And then, like, there's a lot of chests in here. There's a lot of storage space. But I don't know if I should do like your classic item sorter right at the start, just for things like cobblestone and stone to get all that junk out of here before it feeds into here. But at the moment, I've just got the chest, and I probably should demonstrate how this works beautifully. So let's go dirt. Good old dirt. We'll put one in that chest, and we get down here. 1 dirt in there, and those diamonds I had in the minecart are named items. Off you go. So the lights come on as it's passing, but only that one with the dirt stays on. So it's a bit of a light show here at night. Also, when you launch the minecart, it sends a redstone signal down to that torch there just for a moment, and that resets all of those torches down the bottom, which will be locking the other lights from coming on. And it basically does that just by... did I push the minecart? No, I didn't. It turns off the torch long enough for the item that's sitting in the hopper down there to go back in the dropper, and as soon as that one unlocks, all the rest get reset and everything's ready to go. So I thought it was about time I got my own sheep paddock. I've been just using other people's sheep for so long now, and I haven't wanted to dye them because they were obviously those colours for a reason. So that's why in my house I've got the carpet the same colour as this road, because I just been using other people's sheep. And I was actually really lucky to find some that weren't being used. I just stumbled across them in BC's paddock. But yeah, so got a few free sheep there, and I've done a bit of work. And Addictive G has started working on the second floor. So like, I don't know when I'm going to get this whole thing finished, because she wants more item sorter on the second floor. But have a look at that. She looks beautiful. The cyan carpet looks really nice, and it's fully operational now. At least this bit is. I've got the input chest up there, and the minecart works, and I've been adding features. I've been adding lots of features. So I've built this section up here. Like, I don't know if Addie will want to change it later, but got some shelves to have your catalogue of items, basically one of each item. So if you don't have it in your inventory and you're looking for string, you can just go to the mob drop chest and get some string out and feed it into this. And down on this side, I've got the non-stackable items, because like we've started feeding stuff into here, and you'll see there's boots taking up a whole spot, and a wooden axe there, lots of boots, lots of armor, and you can't search for these. So they're just sitting in there taking up space. So we want them in here, but we're not doing manual storage here. It's all automated. So I'll show you what I've got around the corner. So here's our input chest for the item sorter, and I've just got one little impulse SV item sorter here, because what'll happen, so usually you'd have these coming off the second hopper, but I've got it coming off this hopper chain. So if an item passes into this hopper that's a non-stackable item, it'll put out a signal strength of 3 or more, and the hopper underneath will get unlocked. So instead of following along, well, instead of going down in that direction, it'll come along these hoppers and into the non-stackable item chests. So that was a pretty nifty way to get those items out of there. Now this one that goes straight down, I've buried it because I don't know if Addie's going to want to knock out this wall and build something here, but it goes all the way under the ground to our little dirt shack storage room, where I've had to move a few chests, but I've got a glass item elevator in there. It's a really, really cool design. Whoever came up with that one's a genius. And that'll just send them up to the top floor. So rather than items coming straight from like I know I've got that other input chest over there, but this will be the main one. So rather than items going straight over to there, because I'd have to have a hopper chain going over here and it'll look ugly and I don't want that. So first it takes out the non-stackable items into here. Everything else goes upstairs, and that's where we'll sort stone, cobblestone, netherrack, dirt, grassy dirt, and they'll all go into a big storage area. And then anything that doesn't go into there will come down into this section. And I'm thinking of just dropping them straight down into here. So I'd have to have pillars on each side, but I think pillars, like one big pillar here going up to the second floor, like holding the floor up, and another one here would look better than me just running a hopper chain over there. And what else have I done? A little bit of decoration, nothing too fancy, and I'm using white banners to cover up. This worked out quite well, actually. This is my little dropper item elevator. I managed to cover it up. Doesn't look too ridiculous. But I guess by putting down all these banners, all the lag I was trying to avoid, I don't know, I'm probably getting a bit of it back. But one thing Addy asked me for, which is a pretty neat addition that I've done, is this lever here. Isn't it beautiful? It actually does something. So at the moment, this minecart's going to run a big course all around here and down that section. But we've only got items probably up to about here at the moment, or somewhere around here. So like, it's not full, basically. So the minecart is running a course down all of them and creating a bunch of lag, because it makes them all lag when it runs, and it's unnecessary. So what I've done here is, at the moment the lever's pointed that way, saying that the minecart is only going to do that section, and if I turn it this way, it'll now do the entire thing. So which bit of carpet would you be under? Not that one. You're over here. So you can see here, if I flick the lever, this track changes, and that was the original course of the minecart. It would shoot off down there and would come back along there. And so I can just flick it this way, and it's just going to do a quick little loop and only stay in this area. But I've also, and it's going to be hard to see as well, so we might go down the bottom. Nope. Gee, I know my way around well. Down here. And I do have a spare lever on me. This is awesome. So here's the original wire for, all these comparators that are turned on all the time, always powered. It used to run straight down here, but at the moment it's doing a little loop this way and going back there. But by flicking that lever, you can see I've got this piston there and this one here. They switch, so the power's cut from here now, and the power is now continuing that way. And this just stops when the minecart runs. If I hadn't cut this power, then all those torches would be flicking around and contributing to that lag that we don't want. So that was fun. It's becoming a bit of a mess down here, but hopefully that is the last time I have to come down here. So we might leave it there for the episode, guys. Sorry, it has been very redstone heavy. I know. But it looks pretty, this room, which is always good. I don't know when we're going to get that second floor done, and I don't think I'll wait around to finish this episode, wait around for us to complete all of that, because all it's going to be is your good old-fashioned item sorter, and then I'll drop the items straight down into this one, so you don't need to wait around to see that. I'll give you a peek in an upcoming episode of this place when it's completely done. So cheers from me, I'm Cortezerino, see you later.